within the Republican Party, the highest poll numbers, I think it's, well, they have 90, they have 92, and they have 93%. The highest poll numbers ever. Is that crazy? I actually asked them. I said, did they do polling when Honest Abe Lincoln was around? You know what? Nobody's been able to give me that answer, but I'm assuming they did, okay? So we can say we're beating Honest Abe.
I'm assuming they did, so we can say we beat Honest Abe. President Trump tonight touting hypothetical poll numbers to his cheering supporters in Indiana. Trump steered clear of the mounting reports that his West Wing is in chaos. Just this past week saw renewed questions about Jeff Sessions' future and the impending departure of that man on the right side of your screen, the top White House attorney. During that morning tweet storm today, the president declared that the fake news media has it purposely so wrong. He writes, they love to portray chaos in the White House when they know that chaos doesn't exist. Just a smooth running machine with changing parts. But tonight, the Associated Press is out with new reporting that says with vacancies abounding in the White House and more departures on the horizon, there is growing concern among Trump allies that the brain drain at the center of the administration could hardly come at a more perilous time. The report cites 9 current and former White House staffers and administration allies who are expressing concerns that the West Wing is simply unprepared for the potential troubles ahead. Joining us now, Jackie Calmes, White House editor for the LA Times D.C. Bureau, and Aaron Blake, senior political reporter at the Washington Post. Thank you to both of you for being here tonight. Jackie, let's begin with you. It's hard for some people to believe that the White House is unprepared. It's been no surprise the things that are on the horizon, and the likelihood of the Democrats taking the House in November only exaggerates or amplifies the chances of investigations and subpoenas. Why are they unprepared?
Well, they're constantly reacting, as we are in our own way, to the things that the president does that they weren't expecting, like announcing this week that Don McGahn is going to be leaving soon. I mean, that's something that's expected privately, that will happen eventually, but you didn't expect the president to be announcing it, unbeknownst to them or Don McGahn. But it's just, you know, they don't have the bandwidth. They've lost a lot of people that haven't been filled. Don McGahn, for instance, his 3 of his top 5 his 5 deputies are leaving, and a 4th is has gone. And it's, you know, you can't do the work without people. They're just people that never were in place, and now people are leaving, and it's just they don't think ahead like most White Houses I'm used to dealing with have done.
That's strange. Aaron, they're down, as Jackie says, to 1 deputy, probably about 24 lawyers, I think is the number. Usually they need 34 to 40 to operate. During Bill Clinton's time when he was facing his impeachment, I think they had up to 60. Last night I asked Richard Painter, what's the issue when it comes to lawyers and listening to their advice in the White House? This is what he told me.
The bottom line is Donald Trump doesn't want to listen to good lawyers. Good lawyers don't want to do work for him. He ends up with people like Michael Cohen. It's been a disaster. I would never want to be Donald Trump's lawyer. I don't want to end up going to jail.
There is something to that, Aaron, that becoming a White House lawyer in most administrations, working for the White House, is generally good for your resume. In this one, it may not be good for your resume or your career if you're a lawyer.
Yeah, it's really pretty remarkable, the state of the president's legal team. Of course, they've actually been able to fill it out over the last several months here. Rudy Giuliani, of course, came on board. They eventually got Emmett Flood. But I think that the status of the White House counsel's office is really telling here. This is a president who is headed towards what many people in his administration believe could be impeachment if the Democrats take the House. A president who is talking about this possibility himself, whether he believes it's going to happen or not. This would be the one area of the White House you would expect them to be on top of. But I think Jackie's right. This is very reactive, and I think Richard Painter is right as well. It's just a very difficult White House to hire for. There was a really telling quote, by the way, in a Washington Post story last night where the president, according to one source, was talking about how, Jared Kushner has a good lawyer. Why can't I have that lawyer? Don McGahn has a good lawyer. Why can't I have his lawyer? Well, you should be able to get those lawyers if you want them. them. You're the president. This is a very high-profile case. But he's proven to be a very difficult client, and it's a very difficult set of circumstances that a lot of lawyers, I think, don't want any part of.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.